Hello, my name is Mrs. Melanin.
And I'm Belief Mel.
And we're here with episode 144 of That.
Come on. God.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Melanin.
My name is Belief Mel.
And we're here with episode 144 of How Married Are You?
My name Belief. This is Yvette, and we've been married 12 years in California. My name Belief. This is Yvette, and we've been married 12. Live in California. We got
four kids.
Relationships scary. It's very necessary. We share our love of struggles. We ask
how married are you?
Every Tuesday and Thursday, shawty. If you're listening, you're
in the wedding party.
It's okay if you want to put your hands up. You got the questions. We got the answers.
It's chocolate baby story time.
Chocolate baby story time.
It's chocolate baby story time.
1, 2, 3, and... Chocolate baby story time. Anaya was sick. But this time it was our fault. Apparently, one of the symptoms to Anaya's respiratory issues is high altitude. And we took her to the highest mountain.
It was not the
in
highest.
This region.
In this region, okay.
And we were out there for the first day. It's like she was kind of sick from the day before. And then she started to feel a little worse. And then we took a little oxygen meter. Her oxygen got...
down to the 60s.
Yeah, it was bad.
Scary.
We had to get out of there pronto.
We were supposed to check out at 11. We were home by 11.
Yeah.
And it's like a 2-hour drive.
Yeah, it was terrible. I mean, we talking breathing treatments on top of breathing. It just was rough. And so we learned a valuable lesson. And, we love that little girl, but she is so difficult to take care of.
Yeah. My chocolate baby story time is Uziah.
Okay.
I think he's going through an identity crisis.
Okay.
He doesn't know if he wants to be a baby or if he wants to be big.
Yeah.
He has this thing right now where he's like, I want to be a baby. Like, he wants to be a baby. And then he's like, well, I want to be big. But he wants to be big when it's convenient for him. Like, when it means he can reach the top of the refrigerator to get a fruit snack or make decisions on his own.
Yeah, he doesn't want to ask permission.
It's just a very interesting thing that he's got going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So.
Yeah. We have a very special episode today.
We do. I'm excited about it.
We don't usually do guests. And I know when people who do podcasts normally switch it up and they like change it and they have a guest, people are kind of like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But this is a very special guest. And we brought him out for one reason. Now,
we didn't bring him out. We brought him on.
We brought him on the internet for one reason. Now, he's a single man.
Yes.
And a lot of these single people out here want to smoke with us. You want the smoke. You're saying because we've been married since we were 25 and 27. 25 and 23.
I was 23. You were 25.
Okay. You're younger.
I just wanted to make sure everybody know.
So because we've been married for so long, we can't talk about singleness. And what we did was we were sending out some very encouraging emails.
Yeah. If you're not signed up for our email list, you should sign up for our email list because we worked hard to get y'all some insight from our experience. And we were sending emails to, we kind of did like a theme where it was to married people, parents,
It was a
whatever.
lot of typing.
It was a lot of typing and a lot of thoughtfulness and a lot of truth and wisdom that we were spitting out. But some of y'all single people was like,
I don't want to hear. They were like, I don't want to hear that. But maybe that's why they single, because they just a little salty. I'm trying to encourage somebody, and you're gonna be mean.
Okay.
But anyway, I don't want to smoke with y'all. Y'all
don't.
want to smoke with me. Y'all know I'm petty.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we bringing on a gentleman,
Our favorite single,
our favorite single person.
who just so happened. Oh, are we saying who he is yet?
Oh, you go ahead and do the intro. That's your brother.
Hey, you ruined it.
Okay. Go ahead.
You just said who he was. Anyway, I've known this man for all of 35 years. He has been single. He has been in relationship. Is my hair sticking up?
I fixed it.
Oh, you're so sweet, baby. He's been in relationship. He's been in all the things. And we love him to death. We are so proud of the man he has become, the intentionality he has taken in his growth, and just so many things that we love about him. And his name is Ayo!
Anthony O'Neill.
Anthony O'Neill. And he just so happens to be my big brother. But we were like, you know what? You are one of our favorite single people. Can you tell us about us? You know, we just wanted to go to him for a little bit of accountability to see, like, are we off? Should we not be speaking to single people? And and so what you are about to listen in on is our conversation with my big brother. I think that you will find it to be very enlightening and edifying.
Dropping gems.
Yeah.
Man. We be in our bag, man. We just be dropping so many gems, and I'm glad, man. We need to have more guests on the podcast. If you know people who want to be a guest on our podcast, drop their name in the comment section or email us at hello.
Hey, at howmarriedareyoupodcast.com.
Yeah, hello at howmarriedareyoupodcast.com.
Or just go to howmarriedareyoupodcast.com, and there is a contact sheet that you can put on there.
Yeah, and the website is beautiful. You will learn so much about us if you do go to the website. More about, like, hey, what are these people really about? Some of y'all new. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you check it out. But here's our conversation with the one and only Ayo.
Okay, so Glenn and I, we have been sending out emails. We have been very intentional with, like, who we're addressing when we send out our email. We've been doing an email campaign. We send it out to married couples. We send it out to parents. We send it out to singles. And when we send out our emails to singles, we've gotten some responses about, you know, it's easy for you to say when you got married young, or easy for you to say when you're married right now, or easy for you to say when you're not 35 and single, you know. And so it's like people are invalidating what we have to say, or what we're trying to speak into their singleness. And so you being someone whom we love and know and care about, we kind of wanted to get your perspective on, should married couples talk about singleness? Is that something that you feel like I don't even know if that's necessarily the question, but do you feel like we are qualified to speak on it? Is that what I'm trying to ask?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Is that your question to me right now?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. How do you feel? You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like we've been so married. Like when we were married, Instagram started like that first year. You know what I'm saying? So like the landscape, social media has completely changed, right? Yeah. And so people are kind of like, well, what do you? How can you talk about it?
Yeah.
You know, it's weird out here. It's different out here in these streets. How do you feel?
Nah, man. I think that's almost like someone telling me, you're a millionaire and you can't teach me how to become a millionaire because you're not in debt and you're not drowning in debt like me. So what I hear them saying is, the only person who can teach me about getting out of debt is someone who's still in debt with me. So like when I hear people say, oh, married couples can't teach me as a single person how to get married, I have some concerns about that philosophy, because I'm like, well, wait, if they're successful 12 years in the game, they can help me get married. Now, here's what I will say married people do go wrong at. You all force marriage. And that's what sometimes single people feel like, well, like, oh, like my number one question I'm always asked by married people is, why are you not married? Like, well, what's wrong with you? So I think that's the problem where I think single people may feel like, well, dang. But I think if married couples come from a perspective of like, hey, here's some things that we've learned. Here's some things that if I can go back to when I was single, I would work on this. I think I would love to hear that. I mean, one guy I listen to all the time is like Tony Evans, who's married for longer than I was alive, you know, before his wife passed away. And there was so much wisdom that I got from that no one who's never been married could teach me. Can't. You know, I don't listen to single relationship experts. I'm like, because how are you an expert on something you haven't put hours in and practiced?
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, no, I think married people for sure should be teaching single people. I wouldn't say necessarily how to get married, but what are the things, this is what I believe. How do I become a better man so I could be a better husband? What are the things I need to be working on now so that way I could be a better husband and a better father when I have that opportunity? And I think only really a married, not just one, I think different married husbands can all talk into me like, hey, I've experienced that. Glenn's experienced this. Tony Evans experienced that. This married man experienced this. And then ladies, hey, Anthony, ladies experienced this. I experienced that. Now I can take all that information back. Be like, all right, these are the things that I need to work on and be prepared for, so I can do that. I mean, Yvette, you know, I won't say the name of one of the people, but y'all know someone who I dated, and there are some things that out of that relationship, after even talking to my little sister, she was like, hey, oh, yeah, you need to work on that, babe. Like, bro, you got to work on that. But Yvette's been married because she could say that because she was like, yo, Glenn, I've been married to Glenn. I get it. We don't like that. No. So I think, yes, married folks need to teach us more, because if it was a bunch of single people teaching us how to be in relationships, we ain't never getting married.
Yeah.
Can I ask you
Never.
a question? What are there any like fears that you have when it comes to being like, okay, this is the one? Like, what is like some of the things you're like, but here's one of the things that I'm hesitant on. You know what I'm saying? Because it is a lot of trust in the relationship, and what's happening with the landscape between black men and black women is that there's a almost like divisive fight, war going on between the two perspectives. And so I feel like it's all based in fear, and I don't know what that is. So I'm just asking from your perspective, maybe not from you, but what are you hearing among the men you are speaking to?
No, man, I think for me, I speak for me. I think one of my greatest fears is two things, right? Number one, can I really be vulnerable and authentic and trust that with her? I mean, I really do mean that. Like, I think some men, we are so strong, we go hard, we got to go to our jobs, we got to do this, we got to do that. But then when we come home, if we start being vulnerable, some ladies are not really receiving the vulnerability. And so they're like, yo, wait, what's wrong? Like, wait, huh? Like, so some of these ladies are kind of like buffing up when it's like, yo, we want to come home to nourishment. We want to come home to a safe place. We want to come home to that. And like when I date ladies, man, it's like, they be great ladies. But I just like, yo, can I really be vulnerable? Like, is there a space for me to really be vulnerable? And then two, I think it's more so on my side, Glenn, is like, man, I've been single for this long. Man, I remember telling a young lady, I felt like she was a project, or like she was an assignment, or because I felt like every time I got around her, I had to be doing something with her. And I didn't feel like I can just sit there and just be home. Like if she was at my house, I felt like I had to entertain her 24/7. And I was like, yo, when I'm home, I kind of want to just chill. And so those are two things that I'm scared of. It's like, man, for 38 years, I've been able to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it. And it's like, I know I'm going to have to change that. But I hope that I could find a woman that is like, hey, like, okay, I got you. But I think the biggest thing, I told this to Sarah Jakes on her podcast, like, I just want to be vulnerable. I'm tired of being the strong business owner personality, Anthony O'Neill. I'm tired of women always telling me, well, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, you should be doing this, why ain't you doing that, da-da-da-da, and just be that nourishing, loving woman. And that is respectfully hard to say this. I mean, respectfully saying this, that is hard to come across.
Yeah, I would say part of and just my response to that, just my reality is that sometimes when I come home, that's actually work. Like I have to prepare myself to come home and like, all right, you got 4 more hours. You know what I'm saying? Like you just worked all day, but now you got 4 more hours of making sure that there's relief, there is a buffer between her and the kids. There is whatever, right? I'm just like, use me how I'm supposed to be used. You know what I'm saying? And like it's difficult to say, and I don't mean this in the wrong way, but when I come home, I actually like I have to prepare myself, like just like you prepare for work. You got to prepare yourself to come home, and I don't be wanting to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, I just be like, man, like we start to have these conversations. How was your day? Well, how was your day? Well, my day was like this. Well, I had to deal with this. And you know what I'm saying? It becomes this competition. It's kind of like, you know what? I'm going to just show up and do whatever I can do, you know, and then I'm going to conk out. You know what I mean? I'm going to conk out.
Yeah, you do.
And that's what it is. So it's hard. It's hard for, and that's interesting about men, because as much as we want that safe place to fall apart, we have to be a safe landing place too.
Yeah.
You know, and it's different if you have someone that doesn't have kids, they might be holding on to baggage that they shouldn't be holding on to. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But like when you have children, your presence is a sign of, it's like safety, it's help. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel that?
Say that again.
Like my presence in the home is a sign of help and relief.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry.
It's not of comfort.
Ooh.
Immediately.
Sorry.
Like I have to.
I never heard you say that before, and that hit hard.
Well, it's not a knock to you. It's a knock to it's a season. This is a seasonal thing that we're in, into where if I would have stewarded my time, my talents, and all that stuff differently, I could enjoy that. But right now, my time is split between like executing and thriving at work so that we can survive elsewhere and do other things, and being a place of comfort, a constant reminder of what we should be. Sometimes Yvette may not have the oomph to get something like done for the kids, and it's kind of like, he did it and I don't want nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? And then I come home and I'm like, hey, she said you ain't do it. Why you ain't do it? Wow. You know what I mean? And so my place sometimes is literally like, I'm in transition. And that's why it's important for men to wake up early, make the habits of waking up early and spending that time, right? Which sometimes I don't do. And I'm exhausted because of it. Finding therapy, right? Finding that place of breath work or whatever that exercise it is you do, or activity that you do for a place of relief.
Yeah.
Right. And so when you don't have those things, you start to take out all your irritation and all that, and you're looking for comfort and you get kind of stifled. Right. And so this is a real message for people who marry and join families. You become a bonus dad. Right. And you join families that already have a norm, and you're coming and existing into their world. So there's a lesson there where it's that when you come home, right, from your job, you are providing peace and she is providing peace. Like it is mutual that you guys are providing a relief to each other. It is not I want a place that I could, because she got stuff she dealing with too. She got relationships and moms and people she talking to that's having a hard, you know what I'm saying? So there's something to that. And that's no knock to you.
No, I didn't receive it as a knock at all. I think that is very much so what it is. And I think that the more honest we are about what that picture looks like is good. I never heard you say it like that. That was my first time hearing you say it, but it's truth. It's 100% truth.
Yeah.
Good God. Good God.
Yeah. But I'm grateful that you answered that question, because I'm more interested in knowing about your perspective. So
yeah. No, it's, but that's something for me to think about. Like, maybe for certain seasons it won't be that, but but I mean, I think it'll be worth it still, if that makes sense. If I marry the right woman, it's still worth it. And I think that's my biggest fear. It's like, dag on it, I waited 39, 40 years. You better be the right one, because damn it, I'm going to be upset. Like,
Yeah.
that long.
Yeah, and this is one thing is you make a decision and you make that decision right. You don't make a decision and say you better not
Have been the wrong one.
right. It's not like I'm driving in a car and I'm like, these tires better not flatten. If it's flat, I'm gonna leave it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, you're gonna change the
Yeah.
tire. You're gonna get the oil change. You know what I'm saying? Not to relate a person to a car, but there is work that has to be done. It's kind of like, okay, I'm choosing to make this right.
And I think, like, just to speak into your life, Anthony, I feel like, and I don't know, you can tell me if I'm saying too much, but I feel like even when you moved yourself from being the employee to being the entrepreneur in and of yourself, when you first started, you didn't know what the hell you were doing. Like, you were like scared, you were afraid, you didn't know if you were making the right decision. There was a lot of fear and anticipation that was coming up with it, but it was something that you're like, I have no choice. This is the path set out before me, so I'm going to work at it and make it work. And now look at you. You are very successful. And I feel like that is exactly what it's like when you get into marriage. I don't like, it's kind of one of those things where we talk about choosing well. And I'm hesitant to say this, but I don't know. I think there can be a right and a wrong decision, right? And I think that wrongs can be righted, if that is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I think you can choose poorly, but be committed to the choice such that if you both decide that you're going to turn toward each other and be committed to the choice, it can work out. You know what I'm saying? And I think that the biggest foundation that two people can have is God. I mean, I don't know if all your listeners are believers or not, but I do believe that, this is our podcast. We preach about this all the time, that like having a solid foundation and an aligned belief system is very valuable when choosing well. So,
yeah, no, that's not, you're right. And you're right. It's like when I look back at that, y'all were with me on the day that I transitioned, and I don't think y'all know, but that night I cried in my bed. You know, I was
a lot of floors to that place. I didn't hear
smiling
nothing.
on the outside, but
I said there was a lot of floors in that place, so I ain't hear nothing.
You know, but it's like I was emotional, man, and I'm pretty sure when I find the right one, I'm going to be emotional, because I've never been a husband. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably going to cry the night before my wedding, because it's like I don't know what I'm walking into, but I know what I'm walking into, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
And so I'm looking forward to the journey, man. I really am, and I know it's going to challenge me. And here's the thing too, I know it's going to grow me even more, and I'm looking forward to that day. But I want to encourage you all, keep teaching it. You know, keep keeping it real. Keep being vulnerable and transparent, because we need it. Because unfortunately, the older ones, they weren't keeping it real. I hate to say it. They painted the picture like everything was good, like they never went through anything. And I think that's why our generation has a hard time with marriage, because the older generation never really kept it 100% real. I won't say never. A lot of them didn't, at least the ones that I saw. And so we need Yvette and Glenn to do that, because I look at it. You know, I tell everyone every time, it's like, man, I want to be a father like Glenn. Like, that man loves his boys. And I'm like, I want to do that. So I'm watching, I'm learning, you know. I'm learning from you, Yvette. Like, okay, I see this in Yvette that I want in my wife. I see this in my mom that I want in my wife. Okay, I'm learning from married people on what to look at, to become, to have traits of, and to what to look for. And that's important for me as a single man.
And I just want to encourage you, bro. Like, you are like prime material.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so you gotta like understand. I already know that you know that, but I think that what was interesting about your position is that you might not be able to find someone that is your equal. It's just it may not be. It's gonna be hard to find that, and so it's okay for you to say, "Man, I believe that we could grow something together." And what's interesting about when we got married, Yvette had to. We took some L's. Like Yvette took an educational L. Like.
Say more.
Yeah, because I was uneducated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was sitting here like, what, you know what I mean? Like, I know basic math, you know what I'm saying? And I know we weren't going to make it. You know what I'm saying? Off the income we had. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting here and I'm like, Yvette, there has to be something that I can bring to the table that is going to, she's going to be able to gain from. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't think she found her equal immediately.
I also think that I am just more of the optimist in our relationship.
Yeah.
And you are more of like, I'm the glasses half full and you're the glasses half empty.
100%.
And so at some point it started to balance each other out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that also played into it.
Yeah, but it's interesting because I do believe you're going to find somebody and they're going to be great, but they're not going to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? For you, right? And so what I'm thinking is that you're going to have to grow someone into you in the same. And exactly where they may be at a 10, you're going to be at a 4. You know what I'm saying? And so just know that there's going to be some learning and giving back. So that's what we got to say to the single folk out there, man. We could talk about this. We don't need your permission to talk about this. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know why y'all tripping, man. If them single people don't want to listen, bye.
Yeah. Facts. Well, man, look, man, I want to say that we love you.
We do.
We appreciate you. We believe in you. We know that you have amazing things in front of you, in your hands, right?
Yeah.
And that you are moving forward in a great direction. And we're looking forward to whoever you find, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you step into. And so we are as patient as you are and it's no rush. You know what I'm saying? Like you're right where you need to be. You're right where God has ordered your steps, man. So be encouraged right there.
We're proud of you, man.
I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all about to have me cry, man. It's not even my stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. I love y'all for real, man. Nah,
We
real
love
talk.
you too.
Appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all for real, man.
Love you too, bro.
Y'all family.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We love you, and we hope that the wedding party would get to know AO at the table talk. He has got so much value to add to your lives when you're considering just your financial health.
Life all in general.
And he has awesome guests on his podcast as well that have expertise in different areas of their lives.
Yes.
And so we hope that the wedding party, if you do not know who my brother Anthony O'Neill is, that you would just go ahead and take a deep dive into his content.
Yeah, you will not
when
be
you
disappointed.
get an opportunity to do that. But Anthony, we appreciate you. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your affirmation of our voice as we continue to share what we share. For all y'all single people out there who are discouraged by us in some form or fashion, be encouraged.
Be encouraged.
Be encouraged.
Choose to be encouraged.
Choose to be encouraged.
Yeah.
We got you.
Choose to be encouraged.
We are rooting for all
Be
of y'all.
All right, brother.
All right. We love you, Anthony.
All right, y'all.
We really hope you enjoyed that conversation. What I love about communicating with your brother is that I feel like we get a side of him that no one else gets. You know what I'm saying? And so, though he's very authentic and, you know, he does what he does very professionally and amazing, there's a certain vulnerability that we have with him, and I just really appreciate that. It's the same when you're kicking it with him in real life. You know what I'm saying? And so, I really enjoyed that conversation. What about you?
I loved it. I don't know. It's really special to me to even get to just hear his heart and a lot of the things that he is walking through in his singleness. And it also is just very humbling to see how receptive he is to what we have to share and speak into him in his singleness. Yeah. So I really enjoyed that conversation quite a bit.
Yeah, we got a chocolate
here
baby.
Is Uziah again. So you just be walking up
What are
in
you
here, you
doing?
little old man.
Yeah, what's up, boy?
You ready to go home?
Yeah, you like
Yeah.
you're ready to go to sleep. Can we just do this last part? How married are you? Thank you.
Can you close the door on your way out, baby?
When he starts to talk, he's like, I was wanting something.
You want to come sit with mommy? Huh? Close the door and come sit with me. Okay, guys, I know we said after that episode goes off, but we're going to have to wait.
No. Come in. Come here. Let everybody come in here.
okay.
Come in here. It's a family affair. Come back
Come out,
here.
come back around.
Come back this way.
Walk over the...
Wait, bro,
walk
don't
around.
walk the other way.
Lord Jesus. Where's Theo?
He's on the show.
He's what?
He's on the show.
Is there another one coming?
Uzi.
Uzi.
Dang,
Man, you can bring
he got
the
the
chips.
chips.
Come over here, boy.
Uzi, come on, baby.
Uzi, go the other way, buddy.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, what's up, y'all?
Okay.
Believe in fatherhood.
Okay, babe. How married are you?
Oh, my gosh. Come on, you want to be in, too? You the bag man or something? He got everybody's stuff.
Can I sit?
Yeah, you can sit, baby.
Oh, my goodness.
wear headphones.
You want to wear the headphones?
Okay. Babe, hold on. Listen, we're doing How Married Are You? Raya, this is how the background. It's How Married Are You?
How married are you?
Okay,
How
Raya.
married are you?
Okay, hold on. We're gonna do the last part, and we need you guys to be quiet for a little bit. Shh. We need you guys to be quiet for a little bit, okay? Listen. Shh. Babe, how married are you?
I'm so married, I gave birth to all your children. all these people.
Your children too.
All these people, I pushed them out of my vajiji
Yeah.
for you.
And I'm this old.
What are you doing, Raya? Babe, how married are you?
I'm gonna mute your mic. I am so married that this past week we were complaining about how bad the dog smelled. And I attempted to shave the dog.
Oh my goodness. Can we put a
Uzi,
picture?
The chips. All done with the chips, buddy.
Wait, I want
Hold
Wait,
on, Naya.
keep
Wait.
crunching and mute the mic.
All right, so I tried to shave the dog in the tub, and it was a terrible experience. Okay, I realized she was matted in areas I didn't even know. And that's what I did, babe. And I worked really hard at that. And that's just how married I am. Dang. This family is a hot mess.
Okay, are you ready? Everybody together, we're going to say, and
And-
that's just how married we are, okay?
And that's how
Raya, wait. You don't have to scream it, Raya. Raya, listen. You don't have to scream it.
You just,
You just say it, okay?
ready? 1, 2, 3.
Just me and you, babe.
And that's just how married we are. Send the child care right away.
That's how married I am.
Oh, we're all done.
Even married. What I said, I keep like that. What?